Doing a sound check, doing a sound. Check, check, check. My voice is talking. Joe, your voice, please do a talk.
I was asked a very interesting question the other day, which I'm going to put to you.
Right.
Do you have a special name for your TV remote?
The buttons.
The buttons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting you just to go remote.
No, buttons, always.
Basically,
I find it weird when people call it a remote.
Basically, long time friend and listener, Lucy,
Yes.
sent me
Hi,
a
Lucy. Hi, Claire.
message the other day, and it just said, what do you call your, do you have a special name for your TV remote? And I just said remote, and she just wrote, interesting. We call it the doodah.
Oh, that's good as well. I've heard doodah before. I have heard doodah.
Buttons. I like the buttons.
Where's
though,
the
that's good.
doodah?
Where's the old? I said to her, like, I just thought like doodah was the term you use for when you can't think of the word.
Yeah, but I reckon the remote's the kind of thing that would earn a link to that name specifically because
Where's
you got asked
the
so much.
doodah?
No, buttons. Like
Buttons.
My parents always called it buttons. My dad sometimes.
Where's the buttons?
No, sometimes he goes, "Where's the butts?" Sometimes it's butts.
Where's the butts? Nice.
That's a good question. Very good question. Yeah. Earlier, you might have heard me say, "Thanks, Claire." And be like, why is he calling her Claire? It's an in joke.
It's an in joke. It's not even. Yeah, no.
Anyway, thanks
We'll have to
for
get
that
Lucy
question,
on.
Stacey.
We'll get
It was
Lucy
great.
on, and we can explain it all then.
Yes.
Awesome.
Right. Should we do an episode?
On with the show.
Let's do a podcast.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out more.
Welcome to the All Seeing Guys.
Ooh.
The All Seeing Guys.
Fuck this.
Everyone in it.
In your butt butts.
That's some sort of
Stick it in your butt.
sit down.
Stick it in your buttons. Big brown buttons. Don't press the red one unless you're wrong. Teletext. 888 gave you subtitles. Do you remember playing that game on teletext? Bamboozle.
Ramsey Street, Australia. Welcome
Yo!
to episode 91
Oh yes, we're well in.
of the All Seeing Guys.
There's not even players in FIFA that are rated that.
And that's what we are.
Yeah,
Live action
we
FIFA
are.
player.
We are higher
That'd be a
than
footballer, I guess.
3/4 of the FIFA roster.
91. We're
91,
now at
son.
that point where we are going to keep doing that. Oh, we're creeping up. We
Final-
kept doing
the
it on the
final
way.
stretch.
We kept saying it on the way to episode 50. Oh,
We
almost there.
should do what
Be ready
Gaz,
for that
and, Gaz
again.
and Sam did for their 150th and just not
Not
release
do an
an
episode.
episode. Not release one. Hype it up like so hard.
Open All Powers, who hyped up 150 episode.
I miss Open All Powers.
We sent. They asked everyone to roast them, didn't they? We sent a great roast to them, and it never got released.
Never got done.
See if I can find it and play it anyway.
Yeah, we'll take. Yeah, you snooze, you lose, boys.
I'm very tempted to message them and just simply ask, "Can we do the episode?"
yeah.
But don't even announce it.
Yeah.
Just re-record their 150th episode, and then
Just tell them.
and then we just I've killed Joe, and then we just give it to them,
Yeah,
and they just release it on their feed.
but we'll do it like in their accents.
Oh, that's hard to keep up. Well, yeah, I'm seriously might
I
consider
reckon I
asking
could do
them
a
we
good
sh-
Gaz.
I'm seriously considering asking them if
Hello,
we could-
power people.
if we- That's the badger. We're coming up to the hour mark. Oh yeah, I do miss Open
Love you
All
guys.
Powers. Love you guys. Fucking hell. But yeah, we'll do an episode. But yeah, we are now going to be doing the old. Oh, we're almost there. So get ready for that. That should be interesting.
Yeah, man. We'll think of something.
How are we doing today, Joe?
Yeah, it's all right. Probably.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a nice. Well, I say it's a nice day. It's dark outside now. It's evening time.
It's like what? It's only just gone 6 o'clock.
It's gone 6 o'clock Saturday night. You know, it's now dark early.
I'm in
so-
a good place. I'm
yeah.
fine.
Good place, good buzz.
Lucy says, "Good lord" to your comment on the remote. She just wrote, "Good lord, good lord,
Good lord, I love it. It's a great.
good
place.
gracious."
Good gracious me. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm in a good place also.
Excellent.
Selling your flats.
Did
good times.
did yourself a bit of a run recently, didn't you?
I did the.
He's been running again.
Yeah. Well, I never really stopped. Just had to do it less because I don't have time. It's hard work. We live with Indiana running around now. It's hard just to leave the house for 3 hours.
Yeah, no fair play. Is that how
So-
long you fucking run for?
Well, if I was training and doing like a half marathon, I used to do them every Saturday morning.
Jesus.
So depending on whether I was really pushing it or taking my time, I would be gone pretty much 3 hours. Like,
I ran 100 yards the other day. I fucking thought my chest was going to explode.
well, that's the thing. Like, I can do those sort of runs like that, but then I'll run for the bus
Yeah.
and I'll be fucking dead.
Oh yeah, because
Like,
you're using more energy quicker, aren't you?
I'm just like,
Because you're like fucking really pelting it.
yeah.
You're not like going at a gradual pace.
No,
You just
no,
fucking wreck
I'm
yourself.
just running. I was like, but no, I did. It was a night. I say night run. It started at 7 o'clock, but as we've mentioned, it's dark early now. So
The clocks, mate.
it was at the Olympic Park.
Yeah,
where they did
yeah.
the Olympics
The
in
West
Stratford.
Ham
Yeah,
stadium.
yeah, West Ham Stadium, and you ran like 4 laps up and down around there.
Fair
It was
play.
good fun. It was weird when we got there. They always have like the MC, the announcer, and
Was it like a jungle MC?
well,
Give it up now! Give it up now!
there were points, but they also didn't have like the license to like music, so they were playing like 30 seconds or a minute of like the same 4 songs over and over. And it
Was one of them the countdown theme tune?
no, it
Shame.
wasn't. No, because it was Halloween. It was the 1st November, so it was like Halloween-esque. Like people were dressed up.
Yeah.
That's a nice word, wasn't it? Halloween-esque.
Halloween-esque.
I meant to say Halloween-esque.
Yeah. It had
Halloween-esque.
Halloween vibes to it.
So they played Ghostbusters,
Okay.
Ghost Town specials.
Everything by the band Ghost.
Yeah, what was the other one? Oh, that what's that coming over the
fucking
hill?
hell.
That there was a 4th one. I can't quite remember what it was, and they made us do like the warm up. I never do the group warm ups.
Oh god, it's the sort of thing that you expect there to be just like a drone flying over you recording it, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy to be running."
Like
You're like, you're not happy.
I never do the group warm ups. I just usually it's not like as silly as that. It's like when you go to like bigger runs, it's like quite spread out.
Yeah.
And there is like you can go to the warm up over here if you want with somebody.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
it's like they're a bit more serious. This one was more fun.
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like,
good.
we're gonna have a great time with the warm up, and I was kind of caught in the crowd. And Gary's like, I don't do these. I was like, no, nor do I. But we're here. We're really cramped together. Let's just do it.
We're here. Get used
And
to
it
it.
was like a guy just Forrest Gump and the MC at the front, and they were like playing the Ghostbusters theme. It was like, follow the moves. Thriller was the other one. Thriller,
Of course.
He's like, I want to see you move. Get those arms in the air, and it was like, right, do the Thriller dance, and everyone kept fucking it up and was doing different ways. And he's like, we're gonna do,
Sounds.
and he's like, we're gonna do the Thriller dance again for the camera. So we're gonna go left to right, and everyone was like, "What? Your left or our left?" And then he started doing it, and everyone was just completely out of time again.
Jesus.
And you see the photographer was like, "You're doing it wrong." And after that, he was like, "Yeah, okay, great, you guys are fantastic."
Awful. It
now
makes me. It
jump
makes.
in the air,
I can understand why you don't do it,
mate. We
because
finished.
it's so fucking cringy.
We finished it. There's photos of me doing it. It's bad, but we finish it. And I turned to Gary and I'm like, "Fuck, man, I'm knackered." Like, I've got to run 10k now. I'm actually exhausted.
Yeah.
And then we got on with it. It got started and ran the. It was like 4 laps. I hate laps.
Yeah.
It gets so fucking boring. But I got through it. I'd been off ill 2 days before, and I was just dying.
Yeah.
And I probably would have cancelled, but I felt bad because I cancelled the last one I did with Gary because
Yeah.
the scene in Indiana was sick. So I did it and just it was hard. I had to stitch most of it. Like,
Fuck. That's it, man. Like Stitch, mate. That'll
Like-
cripple you, mate.
I got this bottle of water halfway through and was
Leave
just,
me
like,
behind.
trying to drink it. And
Leave
I was
me
like,
behind.
barely drink like this, threw it away. But it was good, got through it, it was good fun. It was good. It was quite fun running at night around London with all the lights and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
You had unfortunate incidents afterwards, didn't you? When trying to secure
Burger
food.
King.
Fucking hell.
So, I don't get Burger Kings much.
No, they're not. I
Because-
mean, they're not around as.
No.
They're not as frequent as they used
Closest
to
one's
be.
Wimbledon.
Yeah.
And it's very, obviously you work with Wimbledon, so it's different. It's so
Oh,
rare
yeah.
I'm there for a burger. Unless I'm going out for like drinks there, which happens like twice a year with like a certain group of mates.
Once a week, I used to go to Burger King as a treat, and then I was just like, "You're such a fat shit." So I stopped going.
The burger's like a puppet. It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You gonna eat me, asshole?
It's what I'm made of.
What I'm made of. Yeah, we went to the Burger King show. I was like, Gary, I want a burger from Burger King. I've not eaten. I'm
Yeah, man,
starving.
treat yourself.
I'm fucking starving. Get a Burger King. Walk in the centre. Stratford stinks of weed everywhere. By the way. Everyone's blazing. I swear
Sick.
to God, it's like being in Amsterdam, but like worse because everyone just stood in the street.
Yeah,
not like sophisticated at a camp.
That's not like a cafe.
They just stood in the street like roaming around. It was cool, but I get Burger King. And I was like, oh, can I get the King Bacon? Just the name sounded awesome.
Did you not get the bacon double cheeseburger?
Well, I always get bacon double cheeseburger.
yeah, it's the best thing there.
It is. But then this was being advertised.
I've seen that, and it's just got a load of fucking mayonnaise on it.
No, I
mate.
don't
It looks like it's been
mayonnaise.
drenched
No,
in cum.
I don't like mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise.
I've seen an advert outside the Burger King Wimbledon that's got one, and it's got like the bacon
Right.
XL or something, and it is literally burger, bacon, cum.
Well, the one I saw didn't. It was like the XL. It was like the bacon double cheeseburger. It didn't have. It just had.
Do you reckon they changed the name?
I don't know. Well, maybe I was going to order the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I ordered a burger that was going to be bacon and cheese.
Okay.
First time I've not ordered a bacon double cheeseburger in a Burger King. And the guy was like, we're out of meat. Like, what? Why are you open?
How?
Why are you even open? I don't understand what happened. You're out of meat.
All meat.
And he looked at the menu and was like, you can have... and he's like, wait a minute, what? Oh, we have 2 small, when it was like some random burgers left that were meat. I was like, what is that?
So
We have 2 small ones left.
not just like beef, but chicken as well.
Oh, all meats.
They've gone and had a KFC moment, haven't they?
And then Gary was just like, oh, we can just go to the Burger King in Waterloo. And I was like, great, let's do that.
Yeah.
Jumps on the tube, got to Waterloo, and I'm like, fucking Burger King. You come out downstairs and there's that McDonald's there.
Yeah.
And it was fucking packed.
Is that where when you come off the Jubilee line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So went up, Burger King. Fucking grill's down. Shut.
What time was it?
9, half
What?
8. Like,
Nah.
it's
That
closed.
shit's open till like midnight.
Yeah, closed. I was like, fucking hell. Now what?
Fuck, man.
Now what, man?
Did you go to the burrito place?
No, that was busy.
Oh, mate, that's
and I
my
didn't-
favourite. That's
it
my
is.
favourite place.
It's great. It is awesome, but I didn't really want... I just want a burger.
Oh.
And anyway, everywhere was heaving.
Yeah. Yeah, because Burger King was fucking shut.
Yeah, so we went downstairs. Gary's like, oh, I'm going to go to McDonald's. And I was like, no, I don't really want a McDonald's, and fuck that queue. I turned around and I was like, I'm going to go here to literally the upper crust, which looked not like a normal upper crust. It looked fucking shoddy as shit.
Oh, really?
Anyway, I get there, and there was a guy in front of me in like a fucking raincoat, like a business sort of coat. Obviously, just finished a day in the office.
Yeah.
And he stood in front of me, and the guy was like, I warm it up. And he turned around, and the guy went, oh, Jesus. And just walked off to the pasty place next door, bought a pasty and a drink. And then the guy eventually turned around, looked at me and went, oh, there was a gentleman here. And I was like, yeah, he's gone. He went, oh, is he coming back? I looked at the guy who was walking off eating his pasty. And I was just like, I looked back at him and I was just like, I don't think so. And he was like, oh, what do you want?
I'm fired.
And I was just
I'm a
like,
dead man.
I was like, I don't know, I'm really hungry. I was like, oh, I have your pepperoni fucking pizza baguette thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yes. Well, warm up, it is much better warmed up. I warm up. I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And he put it in, mate, and it was so awkward.
Mate, did you turn around and leave?
Mate, we were both just stood there, and he's kind of just looking at me, and I'm like, Wait, I can hear it warming
Do you do
up.
that? Do you do that smile where your lips just disappear completely and you're just like?
I kind of looked around at Gary and was like, he's nowhere near the thing. And I think after a while, the guy just got awkward himself and just pulled it out early.
Yeah.
That sounded weird. And it was just like, here you go. And I bit into it, and it wasn't hot at all. Like, I was
What?
just like, the middle's so cold. Like, not like it was undercooked. So it was just...
No, it's just
he- and
everything's
he-
fucking
he
cold in
hadn't
Waterloo.
warmed it up properly. I was like, he's obviously pulled this out. And I stood and awkwardly ate it right by him, like, have somewhere to stand.
Yeah.
While I like waited for Gary, and Gary walked out with 2 cheeseburgers, and I was like, "Fuck! I should have done that. I just should have done that.
Fucking hell.
I should have gone for the cheeseburgers."
Oh yeah, we should have a food.
That's a long, pointless story.
We should
but
have
you asked
a-
me about from running to
I know.
get my fucking pizza baguette.
Well, just filling in all the details. I think you and me, we should take my camera and we should just have a food and booze crawl around Waterloo Station.
That's a good idea.
That'd be great.
Mate,
We'll just fuck off to the bars, get drunk, and fucking go and get food everywhere,
Oh.
and we'll make something out of all of it.
mate, after Comic Con, the same line. There's a card shop there, and we had to get my dad a birthday card, and it was so small. I took the pram in Jenna outside, and while I was waiting, this guy came up to me, and he was a bit pissed, and he literally not angry, like drunk, and he was like, "Excuse me, where's the Spotify in here?" And I was like, I was just like, "Sorry." He's like, "Where?"
You mean the Wi-Fi?
And he's like, I was told there was a Spotify bar, and I'm like, what?
A
Like,
Spotify bar.
and then like Lizzie walked out, and I'm like, and he said it again, and I was like, sports bar.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He was like, yeah, sports bars. I'm up there to the left. And he's like, oh, it's so busy. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going to walk off. And Lizzie was like, did he say Spotify? I was like, he did. He was asking me where Spotify
A
was.
Spotify bar.
He asked me twice where Spotify was.
That would be the most complex fucking bar because everyone would be listening to different Spotifys. It would be so annoying.
Yeah.
It would be so
He obviously
annoying.
would just confuse the words. But I was like, when he asked me, is there a Spotify here? I'm like, what? Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me? All these people around. And
Go
so
on,
that's really
go
picked
on,
me.
like iTunes and download. No, you can't. Huh? Can you?
No.
I was going to say.
I trust the guy with the pram. I'm going to go ask him where Spotify is.
That guy looks like a trustworthy person to believe.
To fall for my rules.
Yeah.
No, he obviously didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He was just pissed.
Jesus.
I don't know where he was from. It wasn't English, but yeah, I think he just confused the words.
He wasn't English.
Just confused the words, bless him. So it easily happens to the best of us.
Oh, well.
That kind of leads nicely into geese dropping, considering that
Is it?
effectively
Is
was
that
a
where
geese
that is
drop
where the
aimed at
fucking
me.
abundance of your geese drops have come from this week?
Geese dropping? Having a listen. Geese dropping. Man, I didn't even know where to start.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm not going to do shitloads. But
All right, well,
I've got
I'll
a
start
fair
then.
few, but you start.
You want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
Excellent. I heard this on the train the other week when I'd been up in Canary Wharf for work reasons, and I was on my way
Sounded
back.
very secretive. Canary Wharf.
We just went
Work
up and got
reasons.
pissed, basically. So
to
I was
say
on the
the
train
best
back.
of
There was like a group of people who sat in the same carriage, and I just heard a guy say, "What's a Strawberry Hill?" And then someone said, "A train station," and he just went, "Oh,
Also a place.
oh."
Also a place. There was a guy coming back from this run with Gary. We're on the tube. He's like
Gary.
and Canary Wharf. Funny enough, these three guys got on in their suits, like, and I think they were quite posh. And I think they'd had gone for a wee drink. And one of them randomly was carrying golf clubs.
A wee tipple.
Well, they must have been playing some sort of golf or playing golf, but only one of them had a fucking bag full of golf clubs.
Right. Okay.
And we'd overhear him chatting. He was chatting about some girl that he fucking was going on a date with. A guy with the golf clubs. And we heard him be like, yeah, I bought Lion King tickets right there in the bar during our first date just to show off.
Fucking
And
hell.
I was like, oh,
It's a bit much, innit?
mate. And I listened to him and I was like, fuck. And then he was talking about the girl and he went, oh yeah, she stayed over. I made a crushed avocado and poached eggs for breakfast. At that point, I was like, player!
Prick.
And then he talked about he's got a couple of days drinking coming up, and he went,
Man, you got a lot off this guy.
and he went 2-day bender, no surrender.
Oh god, that is Londoners personified, isn't it?
And then one of them got off the train at the stop early. When he got off, I gather from this geese drop, this guy was called Gareth. Gareth got off the train, and he instantly, the guy at the golf clubs instantly turned to the remaining guy and was just like, Gareth did a bad shot. And I said, good shot, Gareth. Banter!
Fucking hell. These are the people that like are on Lad Bible far too much.
And when they eventually got off the tube, Gary turned to me and was just like, 2-day bender, no surrender. And he was like, I saw you had your phone out, were you writing them down? I was like, yeah. He's like, I was trying
Fucking
to
right
he's
I
like,
was.
I was trying to nudge you to be like, are you writing this down? Because he's like, it was amazing. We're just discussing it all the way, like literally all the way back up to Waterloo.
Oh dear.
And like the guy was in front of us who's got off the train, and Gary was just like, I just wonder if they really like him.
Yeah.
I'm really tempted to ask him, like, mate.
It's like, do you actually like him?
yeah, was that guy? Because he
He
sounded
seemed like a bit of a
dick.
prick.
You know, he bought Lion King tickets right there in the bar to impress her on his first date, and now they're going to the Lion King. I mean, it's smooth.
Man, I ain't putting that much effort into fucking
Smooth.
anything.
First date though, as well. Fuck, man, that's some fucking balling. I have.
But then you're like, but you're setting the fucking bar so high on the first date. Like, so fucking high.
Yeah, that's done. Yeah.
Like,
What are you gonna do then?
yeah, where are you going to go after that? Fucking take her to Rome?
Bought you an elephant
I thought we'd go to Naples on our next date.
in my private jet.
Nipples? No.
I have a eavesdrop from Harry Bone. Not that I heard him say, but that he told me.
Oh, okay.
I met up with Harry Bone recently for a few beverages.
How is
Harry's
Bone?
good. Yeah, he's very good. It was good to see the lad. We could get him back on the
to see
podcast.
the lad.
Yeah, I can already hear his.
I gotta meet- I gotta
I can
meet
already
next
hear
time.
his
Can
response
we-
to that. I'm older than you.
Can we try and meet him for drinks like towards Christmas?
That would be good.
We should try and
We're
organise
just gonna
that.
pay him a visit.
Steady on.
Anyway, Harry told me that he overheard a lollipops lady say this, and she earns more than me. Harry, hearing a lollipop lady. That's because Harry thought to himself, that's because you're lollipop lady, love. Yeah, it's more than me.
It's
but
a weird job, though, isn't it?
Because you're a lollipop
It is
lady.
like it is the job of what is it? You work for what, like 2 hours a day? They're always so fucking uppity as well. They're just like, no, don't,
man, when I
do not walk.
When I was a kid, I used to love a lollipop lady. She was in the paper once for like record-breaking amount of like roses given to her, like the chocolate roses at Christmas.
What do you mean record breaking? That's what record is that?
She was in the paper. It was a high amount.
Fucking hell.
Like probably not now, but yeah, it was a high amount, and she was in the paper.
Dear Lord.
I was at a boot sale recently, and I heard somebody ask at one of the stalls, "How much are these double deckers?" The chocolate bar double decker.
But they're selling them at a car boot.
Yeah, all sorts there now. How much are the double?
Get all sorts there now. Licorice all sorts.
The eavesdrop is the person's reply to the question. How much are these double deckers? 10 for £1 because I sat on them.
Didn't need a reason. I never need a reason.
So they were all squashed.
Yeah.
And Dad was like, last week they were five for £1.
And sat on them then.
And I bought them and they were squashed still, weren't they? They were squashed.
My fat ass has been on them. Ew. Would you eat arse chocolate?
I mean, only been in her ass for saying that. Funny enough.
yeah, but
I was
like-
meant to bring this up. When I went into the shop downstairs underneath your flat to get
Yeah.
my beers, there were three.
Strange pause there. My medicine, treatment, ointment.
There were 3 double deckers on the counter, all 3 of them squished,
What the fuck is going on?
and they were reduced to 30p. And I'm
What is
like,
going on?
30p is really expensive for a squished fucking double
What is
decker.
going on with double deckers?
Maybe he bought them from her.
Maybe just a fat fucking cunt just went and like broke into like a double decker
maybe
factory.
he buys his stock from that fucking woman at the boot sale.
I
Maybe
sat
it was
on
the guy
them.
that owns the shop I heard ask about
Oh
them.
my god.
Inquire about them.
Sir, do you ever go to a car boot sale?
Right, okay, I heard a guy outside the Fighting Cocks on
Okay.
the night I met Harry say to his mate, "Peter Crouch has a podcast. Have you heard it? It's fucking sick." That being said, his podcast is getting very good reviews, and it's actually meant to.
He's
be,
very
it's
very
actu-
funny.
It's actually meant to be very good.
I'd sit down with Peter Crouch.
Yeah, well, I'm
He
sure
seems amusing.
I'm sure that would be us. Okay, my last one I'm going to bring up
All right.
is one that we both encountered and haven't discussed on here yet, but I sat there writing them all down.
Excellent.
And that was the drunk guy at the pub. when we were-
Oh, mate. At the Antlope.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
yeah.
What a
And we were
cunt.
sat in the beer garden, and this guy just walked in and sat down and was just.
We were there on it was a rib day. So we were
Elaborate on rib day.
Tuesday.
Right.
It was Tuesday. I can't just say it was Tuesday. That doesn't mean anything.
It's where we go have ribs.
We go
on
and eat
Tuesday night
ribs
at
on a
the Antelope.
Tuesday.
Great, yeah, go for good ribs.
Don't come down. I mean, do if you want to, but don't sit with us.
Oh, yeah, go down there. Absolutely.
Fuck off, basically.
Go down there, absolutely, yeah.
So we were sat there. We just had our food. We were sort of like having a smoke and a fucking drink. And we'd seen this guy walk in, and he walked in kind of strange.
Yeah.
He had this sort of strange fucking aura to him, and he sat down, thankfully, on a different table.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I mean, it'd be an entirely different evening if
Yeah.
he'd sat down with us.
Because our food was really ordered, so we couldn't
Yeah.
just get up and leave.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like fucking school where you just get to
Yeah,
sit
yeah.
at a different table. And he sort of sat down, but he was still within earshot. And there was a guy at his table that he was talking to, and we
Yeah.
sort of thought that he knew each other, but
He
the
left.
other guy was pretty much either left or ignored him.
Yeah.
And then you heard the following.
He just started shouting stuff out or talking really loudly.
Yeah.
And we couldn't really make out what it was. And like, there was like, I think a Korean guy and his friend showed up. And he looked over at the Korean guy as he sat down on the table opposite. And he went, "Fucking Packy scum."
Yeah,
But I don't
out
think,
loud.
But I don't think they noticed.
No, because, well, they
Like-
were Asian.
Yeah. But, no, but
They were like the Far East Asian, not like Asian.
Yeah, I know. He definitely made the complete fucking error. But I mean, he made an error saying it anyway. But they just didn't acknowledge it.
No.
Like, whenever they heard him, I think he said it again. Then he started mumbling to himself. At this point, I started making notes of things I could hear him say.
Yeah.
So he said that one, and at one point he went, "Smash the shit out of it." I don't know what he meant. And then one of the
I need context.
And one of the bar ladies walked past, just dressed like,
Oh, mate.
like not even like just she had like a
She was wearing a jumpsuit.
She was like a jumpsuit on, like you know. And she walked past, and he looked at her, and he went, "Are you a stripper or a bartender?"
Yeah.
And she just didn't respond. She went in, and obviously he was asked to leave. And as soon as the guy came out to ask him to leave, before we even got near him, he was like, "I'm going back for dinner. I'll be gone in less than 5 minutes." And he's like, "Well, you're not coming back, like,
Yeah.
not unless you
So finish up
not
and-
unless you apologise to everyone in the pub."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I never apologise."
Yeah, so fucking like stubborn. Because at that point, I'd realised that you and Ed had both sort of clocked onto it. I was kind of like, I was listening. We were all having a chat, and I was,
Yeah.
but I was like hearing what he was saying, and I was just like you guys are on this, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they're Just
yeah.
like, yeah, no, we're good. And I was just like, you fucking kidding me with that fucking stripper line?
Yeah. Yeah. And even when Ed's like, when he came out, asked him to leave.
Yeah.
Ed's like, if he kicks off, we're standing up.
Oh yeah,
He's like, we're not going to go hit him, but we're going to stand over there, like. And then luckily he handled it like a fucking pro, the guy.
yeah. It was really. He didn't raise his voice.
No,
he
he
stayed.
handled it
He
really
stayed
well.
very fucking calm.
On the way out, I was almost going to be the dick to be like, "By the way, mate, man, you fucking nailed that out there."
Yeah.
But he was busy at the bar. I didn't want to interrupt him. The good staff down there.
I mean, I wanted to say something to the girl. I'd just be like, "You don't look like a stripper.
I like you. I mean,
I think you're great."
I mean, this is all coming out wrong. I'm tongue-tied.
I'm not good at saying things. You'll have to excuse me.
I am going to wrap up on one last ski job. I can't. I just forgot all about it. Just saw. Are you cold? No, I'm feeling moist.
What?
The worst thing is when I tell you that, it was a little girl that said that. It was a mum asking. Well, I see she wasn't
What
that
the
young, but it was a
fuck?
mum asking her daughter, who actually, to be fair, wasn't that young. It was like, "Are you cold?" "No, I'm just moist." And I was like,
That's two completely different things.
I walked past and was just like, Jesus,
Fucking hell. I'm just moist.
just fucking moist.
Fuck.
That's fucking beautiful.
Good round.
Yeah, it was a good round. Yeah, good geese shots, man. Went in on that one. I also went to Comic-Con recently.
Yeah, how was that?
That was I'd never been before.
Nah.
It was alright actually. It was we couldn't. Indiana was with us. It wasn't like we didn't really go in like the fucking rooms with the screenings and stuff. We just
No.
at the end of the day, it was like
I really don't think I mean, I know that's a huge part of it in like the American
Yeah.
ones, but I think over here it's
I mean, there was some cool shit going on.
Yeah.
They were showing like the first like 40 minutes of that Into the Spider-Verse film. The Spider-Man
Oh,
film
okay,
you thought
yeah.
was a game. What did you
Yeah, I
think
thought it was. I thought it was like the online for the
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
yeah.
which is a great concept. I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah.
Like, there's just a bunch of fucking Spider-Men like
Yeah,
running
yeah,
around
yeah.
New York.
Yeah, no, it's Nick Cage apparently is voicing the Spider-Man noir, the noir one.
Oh, sweet.
That fucking comic's awesome. It's all like set in like fucking Tudor times almost, like
Oh,
Victorian
weird.
era.
Okay.
It's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, the Spider-Man's all like in black with like the fucking goggles and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's cool.
I did remember. I saw it. I think on the Awkward Duck page. On the
Yeah.
someone put up that picture of like the Spider Woman surrounded by Spider Men, and it was just like caption this, and it was just like it looked like porn.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I was just like, I saw it, and I was just like, oh, I saw a picture of Greg's kid in the same. Just a bunch of Spider-Men around. I can't look at that.
Yeah, there was when we got
But
there.
that was really cool. I like that. Where
Yeah.
they were just like literally sat there.
When we got in, there were a bunch of like cosplay Spider-Men, but it was like Spider-Man in the like Infinity War outfit, regular Spider-Man. There was a Spider-Man in the
Spider-Man
outfit from the
Homecoming.
game. There was a Homecoming with the yellow blazer. There was a girl there as like Gwen Stacy Spider-Man. Like there was like all different kinds of Spider-Men there, but they all looked great.
Yeah. Fucking put the
there-
effort in.
One of them, the guy in the Iron suit, the Infinity War suit, he was like the one down on the ground, and he was like the right sort of size to be
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
it wasn't
like-
just like some fat dude.
No,
like,
he was.
I'm gonna be Spider-Man. Really?
He was the right size, and
Maybe be
and
Peter Griffin.
He's obviously like I think he does it quite professionally, and he's like studied the moves so he can
Yeah.
do like the right stances and stuff, and he can hang upside down in the right shape. I saw on his
cool.
Instagram he does that. He practices it in like a gym. He does the hanging in the suit upside down.
Yeah.
He was the one sat down with his arms out to Indiana, because Indiana knows who Spider-Man is, because we've got a canvas in the hallway at home of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
and I've been playing the
game
loads.
as well. Yeah.
So she knows. She's now got a Spider-Man. Like it's hard to explain. Like little bits of plastic lined up and kind of burnt. You know when they melt like plastic together, and you
Yeah.
can like make shapes out of it. It's kind of like that, but like in Spider-Man. So I'm explaining it bad. Basically, I got a
Yeah,
Spider-Man
terribly,
picture from Comic-Con.
That's cool.
And it's over a so she knows who Spider-Man is. And she saw them and was kind of like pointing, excited. So we took her
Yeah.
over, and she was like desperate to go up to them. Had to hold her back while some other girl finished getting her photos taken. And then as soon as it was her turn, I kind of let her go, and she kind of ran towards him, and he put his arms out, and then she just last minute was like, "Whoa!" and just stopped,
Steady on, son.
Stopped and was like, "Actually," and she looked at them all. And they put their arms out. I was like, "Come on!" And she was like, "I don't know, actually."
Yeah,
And she kind of
mate,
ran.
that'd be freaky, mate.
And
For
she-
a 1-year-old,
and
you got
she-
like
yeah.
fucking a bunch of masked
And
people.
she
Like,
kind of ran back to Lizzie, but then like looked at them. In the end, like she did go forward. She didn't hug them, but they're all really nice to her.
yeah.
And I put those pictures up on Instagram. And literally that night, I think every Spider-Man on that picture had been tagged themselves and they'd been like, "That's me,
cool.
that's
Yeah.
me. Oh, that's me. Great photo, really nice to meet her." Like all of them got back in touch.
Yeah, that's
like-
really cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, but there were some cool fucking costumes there. The only
bet,
thing
yeah.
is, it's so deep that the most amazing cosplays.
Oh,
you
they take
see-
it very serious.
the most amazing ones you see, and you're like, "That's fucking incredible. What the fuck is it?"
Yeah.
And it's obviously some like, obscure anime. Or
Yeah,
maybe not
yeah.
even that obscure, just obscure to me. Like it's just an anime that I just don't know of, and it's
Yeah.
like that is incredible, but I don't know what it is.
It's yeah,
Like-
man. A lot of effort goes into it. I think.
Entering it was weird because like we got waved straight through with the pram. It was amazing, huge fucking queue going around the building. And
That's
they
why
were-
you had a child.
And they were just like pram and like waved us straight through, straight past the queue,
Yeah.
straight into I can only describe as like an air hangar with like.
It's the XL, isn't it?
Yeah, with like 3 entrances, and
Yeah.
one was like priority entrance, one was something else entrance, and there was like bag search, and one was just weapons, and it was like a queue of like
Fucking
people with
hell.
like homemade swords, like double their length, queuing up.
No
to, like,
blades,
get
no
in.
bolts.
Like-
Leave your weapons here.
Like obviously they got to check the weapons.
Yeah, of course
Because
they
that guy did it in America, didn't he? Went in dressed as a Punisher, but like had real guns.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Yes, they have to check obviously the weapons. It's such a cool thing to see. And all the guards and staff there were stormtroopers.
Oh, that's pretty
But
cool.
like legit, like the voices. And like we were, well, I say not all the stuff, but there were staff in t-shirts, but they were around, like talking to the crowd. They came up to Lizzie pushing the pram on the stormtroopers with the gun and was like, "Do you have a permit for the Land Cruiser?" Like, before we even got there, like,
Lizzie just like fuck off.
she laughed
mate.
and we moved forward, and then no one stopped us.
Would she like? I don't get the reference.
Yeah, another one stopped her, like, and said to Indiana, like, "Have you got a license and papers for this?" Like, they were good. They were. Darth Vader was there, walking around, chatting to
That's
everyone.
cool.
Like,
Hey, how you doing?
yeah,
I'm Darth
it was
Vader.
quite an experience. It was quite an experience. It was just so fucking busy.
Yeah.
and we had a pram, and even though they really encourage like families and prams, it's
Yeah.
still fucking busy at the end of the day.
Of course
like
it
you
is.
are just in the way. Like, so the only time we really let out the pram was to run around when we sat in that big empty room for lunch. But yeah, it was heavy. But it was
It's
a
a
good
whole.
day.
It's a whole day activity. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. But it was good. But say we didn't do a lot of the screens and stuff, and we told Trevor and Sam to go do what they wanted to and have a proper, deeper look at stuff.
Yeah.
And me and Lizzie's kind of wandered around, and it was like being in an awesome, massive market for like geek stuff. It's kind of the way I can describe it. But I loved it because I was like, this stuff's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Look at those figures. Look at this. Oh my god, these are the old fucking Master of the Universe figures. Like,
It's all like sort of. I think the exhibition sort of side of it, or like the stuff that's out on the, like in the stalls and kind of all the sort
Yeah.
of displays and stuff. That shit would interest me more than the kind of
It is, yeah.
sneaky peek trailer
no, yeah,
sort of
and
shit.
it is really cool to look at. Like, it is.
Was there like? Did they have like Q&As there and stuff?
Yeah, we didn't do. When we got there, we saw the guy that plays the Vision, Matt Bet.
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
there. The guy that plays Drax was going to be there from Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw
Oh,
loads. Of,
Dave
yeah,
Batista.
I saw loads of like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones actors there. Not like the famous ones, but like some.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
Was Winston from Ghostbusters there?
no, well, he might have been. I didn't. I did see randomly walking around one table. I saw this guy get up and walk over and start chatting to someone, and I was like, and then he started like laughing and pointing. And I looked behind me, and there was a guy dressed up as Rimmer from Red Dwarf.
Oh, that's good.
But Rimmer from Red Dwarf, when he gets bit, the episode when he becomes like the protester, and he's got the "Give Keisha Chance"
Oh, yeah,
t-shirt
yeah.
and the sign "No thanks," like and the sandals.
He's all like a pacifist,
Yeah,
isn't he?
and he's just like, I reckon we go all the way. an aggressive leaflet campaign. Like, and then I realised the guy that was looking over at him and laughing was Chris Barry, who played Rimmer.
Oh, that's fucking
And I was like,
brilliant.
fucking hell, it's Chris Barry.
That's
They-
fantastic.
Liz is like, did you just see him get up and go over, look at the guy dressed up as him, like left his signing table?
Yeah,
to have a
yeah.
Look. I was like, go on, Chris
Oh, that's
Barry.
what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
fucking
want. I was like, yeah, that
fantastic.
guy from Harry Potter's cool, or whatever it is. I don't know. But fucking, oh, there's Chris Barry. Fucking A. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't fucking queue up or talk to anyone though. Right. Again, you've got a kid.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
really
fair
care
play.
about that stuff. I don't queue up. And
No,
be like,
I don't-
I wouldn't meet you and get my autograph.
I've never like I've never had like. I mean, obviously, if you see someone in the fucking street, like a fucking famous person, and you actually fucking care, then you'll just be like,
I don't know if I would.
I've said it before when I saw like the guitarist from like at the drive-in in New York. I was just
Yeah.
like, I just have to at least
That's like
say-
a once in a
yeah, that's just
lifetime,
like there's
isn't it?
no
Yeah.
fucking way I'm ever going to be in this scenario again.
Yeah.
And he looked like he'd literally just stepped out the 70s. And all I wanted to say was just like, make sure it's the right fucking person.
Yeah.
I was just like, you're in at the driving in the Mars Volta, and he was just like, yes, I am. And I just like, I really enjoy your music. Thanks very much. See you later. Have a good day. And that's it. I didn't like.
Did he reply?
Yeah, he was just like, oh, I'm really grateful. Thanks very much. Shook his hand, and off we went.
Oh, nice.
And that's just it sometimes.
Yeah.
Just
Where
like-
were you?
We were in like the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Oh, that's cool to say. But
Yeah.
where were you? Like in a bar? Or like,
No, in the street. We were literally
right,
walking along.
okay. Wow.
He was leaning like against the lamppost.
that's a cool rock star thing.
Yeah, just like with his fucking like with his blazer like over his fucking like in a 3-piece suit
Oh, nice.
in like fucking shit ass hot weather, just like with his jacket over his shoulder. Just like, are you in a catalog photo shoot right now?
Yeah, I have to wear the camera. There's
Secretly-
no camera. There's no
secretly-
camera. I just like have to wear the camera.
Yeah. But no, I don't like the whole kind of sort of
I
like
find
taking pictures and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
don't need that kind
I've
of
seen
memento.
people do
like-
it on Facebook. I'm like, wish I would have done that. I remember when Lee had his
the
beard
only
really-
time
Well,
I've done it is with you when we met Henry from.
But then again, we were there to meet them, weren't
Yeah.
we? We were there
But
to
we
watch
didn't-
them live. We that wasn't really stopping them in the
No,
street.
that wasn't stopping them in the
Although they
street.
are ones I absolutely would probably stop if I saw them in UK
Yeah.
around and in the street.
But even then, like I think I wanted to meet them all because I had the
We're
Trump.
talking about when we went to go see the last podcast on the left. Live
Yeah,
for you
I hear they're
listeners.
coming back.
Yeah, I've heard they're coming back.
We should check that out.
That was great live, that fucking show.
Yeah, it's I wanted them because I had the serial killer Trump cards.
Yeah.
I had it in my head. I was like, I've got to get them to like choose their favorite and sign it. And then it was because fucking like getting to Henry was so
hard,
fucking long,
yeah.
and we had to leave everyone outside like whilst we were like fucking fanboying.
Yeah.
And but even then, it was a simple, just like, hey man, like, really enjoyed the show. Like, I remember like asking Marcus how his trip's been and that, and like,
We
and
were lucky. We caught Marcus outside.
having
like,
a cigarette
straight away.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't.
si-
Yeah, I felt really bad for like approaching him immediately. I was
But
just like,
there
hey
was-
man,
but
like,
as soon as we did, people were instantly queued behind us, so we had to be moving along. Like
Yeah.
we couldn't. I was like, well, I can't hog him. But you need to go to meet the other guys.
yeah, exactly.
But no, I've not. I find it weird. We've both seen Goldie Hawn separately.
That is weird, isn't it?
Like,
yeah,
at
that's a
different
fucking
times.
bizarre one.
Like you shared a lift with her at the airport with Karina, right?
Yeah, so like my when me and Karina went for my birthday, my dad picked us up when we got in at like fucking 8, 9 in the morning. And he collected us, you know, had a hug, say how you doing, all that, and he was just like, "Oh, you won't believe it! Just before you, just saw bloody Goldie Hawn come down here," and I was just like, "No fucking way!" And then we go to the lift to go up to the car park, and someone like the door's closing, and someone like holds it, just like hold it. This big fucking dude walks in, and then she walks in like glasses on, fucking Starbucks, and like comfy clothes, and it's just like, holy fucking shit, she's tiny.
Yeah.
she.
I know,
is
I seen her.
fucking tiny.
Did you say anything to her?
No.
No, it's bad time.
I
Isn't
was just like, this is now not the time. What am I going to say? Like,
I love
co-
you in Overboard.
Costa Coffee, eh? Nice. Love you in fucking, what was it, Death Becomes Her?
Oh, that is a good film. Yeah, so I saw her going up London, I think for either my birthday or Lizzie's birthday. We were in London, and we went for pizza somewhere off Bond Street. There's like a cool little food street. Like
Oh, yeah,
we went to where like Patty and the Bun is. We went down there, and we had fucking amazing pizza at this fucking restaurant. But outside, she was like sat outside with some really young gay guy. Well, I'm sorry, I presume
son?
he was gay. No, I don't I might have been. But yeah, she was sat having lunch. Lizzie was like, "It's Goldie Hawn." I was like, "Fucking hell, it is." Sat right there,
Yeah.
right outside.
Madness.
It's weird we've both seen her. It's bizarre, isn't it?
I know she comes to London a lot, though.
Does
she
she?
does. Like, I
You
think she's
follow
in,
her.
like-
You've seen her. Oh, I guess you've seen her at the airport, and I've seen her in London. So
There
you
you
can
go.
confirm
So
the
you
travel.
can only assume.
Yeah.
It would have been weird if it was within the same week.
Connected the dots.
If it
But
was
yeah,
in,
it was different times we saw her though.
yeah. That is bizarre.
No, I met Steve Clark once from Chelsea, but that's because Gary won a competition, and it was really.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
just
I remember
years
you
ago.
telling us about
I remember
this.
it being really awkward for some reason.
You've told this on the podcast.
I have, yeah.
don't
I
you?
remember it being awkward.
You're just like, never meet your heroes.
I think that put me off, like it as well.
Nah, it's...
And I
it's
serve people at work, like I've not been able to say. Roots Maneuver came in fucking Netflix once.
that's sick.
Like, and I was
Witness
but
the
the guy, but he
fitness.
didn't talk to anyone. There was a guy like walking him through. He didn't answer to anything.
No,
like,
no.
But it was like, it's Roots Maneuver. Like, fucking John Terry, fucking Gordon Ramsay.
Where the fuck did you meet Gordon Ramsay?
They came in NJ3. I don't think I met him, but I saw him there.
Yeah.
He went in NJ3. Well, again, Natjacks, like the Natjack stores, loads of fucking like random
Interesting.
celebrities just show up.
I mean, round Kingston, there's loads of fucking famous people, isn't it?
Yeah, you see him around.
Rick Parfitt, God rest his soul.
Yeah, he's coming Natjacks.
He used to come in all the time.
Well,
I used to always see him down.
Status Quo.
Always used to see him down Fife Road.
Yeah,
Always.
he's coming to chat to Joe quite a lot.
Yeah. I remember meeting Professor Green at a gig
Wow.
because he'd supported. It was Gym Class Heroes, and he was
Oh.
supporting.
Oh,
and then he
hell.
was like selling his mixtape in the crowd afterwards.
Nice.
And I just like I was like, fuck it,
I
I'll
remember
watch
you
it.
getting this.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then I've met weird ones like Dayton from Dirty Sanchez. I met
Yeah,
at Kingston
oh, man.
Station.
I drank in a bar with all three of them. When it pissed with rain, I think it was called the Oxford Arms
In Camden.
In Camden, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
drank
yeah.
all three of them. It was fucking
Nah, the
weird.
Elephant Arms.
The Elephant Arms. We sat in there.
It was right near the MTV studio.
Yeah, it pissed down with rain outside, and no one. It was literally us and them in this empty pub where a storm raged outside.
Fucking hell.
And we just had drinks together. It was weird.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it. My memory's quite. I remember I was
Were
really.
they like chatting with you and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, we were sat at the table together, but my mind's quite blurry about it, and I wasn't that pissed because I remember I was really skint.
Yeah.
To the point at one point, me and Lizzie not me and Lizzie Blake was sharing like a vodka and coke.
Bad times.
Yeah.
I was recently in O'Neill's with Karina, and we were got talking to these like fucking Welsh dudes that were sat next to us, and I'd got up to go and speak to someone, and then when I came back, they joined us on the table, and they were just like, "It's all right, mate. She's told us that you're not together. Like it's fine. Like if we're intruding, like." And I was just like, "No, man,
That's a
it's
weird
fine."
accent, Joe.
I was trying to be Welsh. I'm sorry.
I thought you like Ugandan at one point.
Brilliant. No, I'm sorry, mate. There you go. That's a bit better. So like they sat with us for a bit, and like they all lived in the area and that, but they were like, the one of the guys looked really badly like Matt Pritchard from Dirty
Right,
Sanchez,
yeah.
and it just got to the point because even his voice, and I was just like, mate, has anyone ever told you that like Pritchard from Dirty Sanchez? His mate started pissing himself. He just shook his head, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get glassed, and he was just like, I voted before, yeah. I was like, I'm sorry, I had to tell you. I just had to tell you. But yeah. Yeah, it's weird meeting famous people.
I mean, they weren't famous people.
Who
They
would-
were just
who
Welsh
would-
guys in O'Neill's.
Who would be a famous person that you would just meet, like to meet? The like of anything, like movie or anything.
I don't know. There's a few. It sounds like a low bar. I'm going to say, but I quite like to meet Tom Davis, the guy that does like murder and
Oh,
successful
yeah.
and stuff. Like he put up a great fucking picture on Instagram the other day. I was trying to screenshot it and send it to you, but the picture was too long. I had to get the caption he wrote in it as well.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't measure it up, but he put a picture of like a really nice toilet stall, and he wrote like, "Brand new toilet. This is the best toilet ever." Like, and he's like, "I'm looking forward." I'm looking.
Now
forward.
that's what I call a toilet.
And he's like, I'm looking forward to filling it to the brim. Look at that toilet. Filled to the brim with shit tokens. I was like, it's so good. It's filled to the brim with shit tokens.
That is funny.
But yeah, I mean, he's not like a mega celebrity, but I don't know, it's hard.
Now he seems pretty down to earth though, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It wouldn't upset me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh, you're actually a dick. I hate hearing those stories. You know, they're all dicks. I know they're all fucking assholes.
Yeah.
But like, you would like to think, oh, maybe they would be nice to meet them. But then, like, you hear these fucking horror stories. So
I had a weird experience on the Halloween. I had to dress up for work, so I like put a load of face paint on, and afterwards I was just like, you know what, I'm probably just gonna go to the pub, but I don't want to get on public transport, so I'm just gonna walk from like Wimbledon to Kingston,
nice.
which is fine. It's like you know,
With all the face paint on.
yeah.
Right.
I freaked out some like trick or treating kids. It was really fun. At one point, it's like when you're walking past, because like it was weird. There was a lot of girls out trick or treating. I thought it was
good
like
on
a
them.
boy thing, but
It's 2018, Joe.
I know. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Girls like sweets too. I walked past this like group of like 4 girls, and one of them was just like banged her friend on the shoulder and like on the shoulder
She
and
was
like
escorted by
pointed
armed police.
stupidly, right? So she points at me and they're like staring, and I just turned and just smiled, and it was just like, oh shit, no, hang on, I have to remember that I'm not out trick or treating.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm also an adult
Yes.
smiling at children
Yes.
dressed up in fucking witch costumes. I was like, fuck. But so I got to like Rains Park. I went and stopped and got some beers for the walk in, and I was walking along. I had my headphones on, and this guy's like looking at me, just going like, and I was just
Flagging
like,
you down.
yeah, like so I like turned around, I was like, you're right there, and he's just like, can I take a selfie? And I was just like, okay. So somewhere out there in Rains Park is an Asian man with a photo of me and him together. Me just like smiling with all this like fucking horrible like black and white
Was
face
he
paint
dressed
on.
up?
He wasn't at all. No, I don't think he understood what was going on. It was so weird.
Oh, mate, I need to find that photo.
I know, right?
Mate, I don't know. Hashtag Halloween, maybe it's on Instagram.
It felt like he didn't know what was going on.
Hashtag Halloween, Rains, where were you?
Rains Park.
Rains Park. Okay.
Did you see this man in Rains Park?
taking a selfie?
Did you take a photo with this
you
man in
take
Rains
a-
Park?
I always think that about what photos you're in, you just don't know about.
Oh, like what in the background or stuff?
Yeah, yeah,
You're
like
fucking
so many
right,
photos.
man.
I
There's
make-
probably like someone in Hong Kong with a picture of you in the
Like,
background.
whenever I see like the Asian tourists,
Oh, yeah.
they're all going nuts with the cameras and videos. I always make a point to do like a really big smile when I walk past the background, because I
remember-
like to think that if someone is watching it, I try to be noticed. Is what I mean without being like waving my arms. I just do a really big smile as I go past.
Like really over
And,
enthusiastic as well.
I'm just like, I reckon if they watch that at home, they're gonna be like, oh, look at that guy.
Yeah.
And if I can just get enough
This
of them
is
to
one of
do
my
it, I don't know
favorite
why.
photos,
I
just because of this person.
Yeah. This bit of video is great because it's that guy. I imagine someone at some point is going to like piece them all together. My God.
I have to find you like one of the best like
everywhere.
accidental photo bombs that I ever got, and it was from like back in the day, like with Jessett's people. We went to O'Neill's one night, and it was when they used to have like the band on a Saturday.
Right, yeah.
And it was fucking lively. And there was this picture I had of my mate piggyback riding my other mate who was like headbanging away, and just in the background is this woman just like like really shocked by it all going on. And it's just her face is like I don't know how she's done what she's done with her mouth. It's just like
Shocked.
yeah,
Appalled.
brilliant.
Yeah, I'd love to know what photos I'm in the background of various people, and just hopefully one day I'll see it.
I remember
yes.
I remember me and
It's
Chris
me.
when we went to Amsterdam with Ed and Natty. We walked past like a bunch of like Asian or Japanese tourists, and we stopped and went back, and it was just like us leaning like we were leaning over their shoulders, like glasses
Easily.
up, just like, and then fucking kept walking. By the time they looked round, we'd gone.
But the thing is, a lot of the time now, like if you're out and someone's like, "Oh, take a selfie," like it's usually done. They off instantly.
Yeah, that's
like,
it, into the
fucking-
night.
Like it's just, like, oh yeah, what's your name? Oh, you've gone. Okay,
Yeah. Bye.
what was that about?
Bye.
Bye. That was nice to take a selfie with me. Even though this whole episode's been a massive sidetrack.
Yeah, I've been. It's all right, eh? We've covered quite
Yeah,
a
we
few.
sidetracked away from nothing. To be honest with you,
We didn't even start.
no, we just, got
We
away.
just straight after geese dropping went into just fucking talking bollocks.
There was like, I was meant to bring up. I listened to Kevin Smith. Now it's not Fat Man and Batman anymore.
Well, he's not fat anymore, is he?
No, it's now Fat Man Beyond.
Oh, okay.
It's the same
That's
show,
good. No,
same
that's good,
show, but it's
yeah.
Batman Beyond. And there was a live one recently they did, and I was listening to it. And Kevin Smith, they do the Q&A section at every episode. It's
Yeah.
the news followed by a Q&A section because it's always live at that Star Wars bar in New York.
Yeah.
But this one was like a live one in Toronto or Canada somewhere. And I usually skip the question bit sometimes. I skip through them because it's the same questions all the time. Just like, who would win in a fight? Avengers, if you could team up Avengers with Justice League, who
Yeah.
would it be and why? He gets asked that shit all the time. And you can tell he's like, we kind of answered this like 2 episodes
yeah.
ago. Like, and so I skip a lot of them. But
I think, yeah, because I like with Kevin Smith, I don't want to hear about that, like his opinion on that. I want to hear
Right.
like stories from like fucking the set of Mallrats and shit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's the thing. Listen to multiple podcasts, so you do hear the same stories like 4
Yeah, of
times
course,
a week.
yeah.
But somebody was like, "I worked in a video store. You made a film about a video store.
Yeah.
Like you worked in one. I think Bernard had something. He's like, you worked in one. Like I worked in one. They've all shut down now here. Blah 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 blah. What do you miss the video store era? Like,
Yeah.
what are your memories, or how do you feel about the fact it's all changed? And he was like, well, I was trying to explain it to my daughter the other day, because we now live in a world where you get what you want when you want it anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, which is amazing. Like, that is amazing. He's like, I love that. I use it all the time. But I'm just saying, I was trying to explain to my daughter that if we wanted to watch a film, we had to get in the car, drive to the video store, and hope they had it. Get there, see if they had
It
it,
could be a wasted journey.
and then drive back and watch it as a VHS on a small TV.
Most likely you had to rewind it first because
Yeah,
the cunt
yeah.
that had it last didn't.
And then take it back, and you had to go to like a library of like films to get it.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, "What library?" Like,
That's so fucking mental, isn't it? And his daughter's like what, 18?
Yeah,
And
and
that is
yeah.
like perplexing to her.
yeah.
Like she's like, wow, what a weird time to live in.
And I was just like, man, I was just wondering, like, a discussion topic here. Your thoughts, your memories, said of like video stores and etc.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, man.
Growing up, man, like
I used to love-
Listen to that. A few pops in my head.
I used to love fucking going to the video shop because there was always like, so whenever
Which start actually with, first of all, your local video store. What was your local video store growing up?
my so where I lived when I was growing up, we had a Londis,
Yeah.
but it was also a video shop.
Right. Is that the same Londis shop I would have gone to near yours?
No,
Just
not that
another
one.
house.
It was a different direction.
Right. Okay.
It was down. It was more towards like the river and.
Right,
Oh
okay.
wait, no, not that was the Londis there. It was It was more towards Kempton Park.
Right. Okay. So not the one I'm thinking of, listeners.
No,
Don't want to lead you guys.
if you
astray
know
with that
Sunbury,
one.
you know exactly what I'm on about. So we used to go there, and it was always like videos and stuff. But it was a really like limited collection. They
Yeah.
maybe had like 100 videos.
Okay.
But it was all like
Current.
it was current, and then some classics,
Yeah.
you know, some kid stuff like
Yeah.
fucking Barney and like Nickelodeon shit and all
Yeah.
that. But it was a good collection. I used to go there a lot. I remember going there once with my granddad, and like whilst we were like, it was really dark like tonight.
Yeah.
And he fucking walked into a lamppost. Like, it's like I was a bit shocked because my
Good
dad was
memories.
still parking the car, and it was just me with my granddad, and he was all just a bit like fucking dizzy. And I was like, "Are you all right?" And he was just like, "Yeah, I'm fine." They get into London, there's fucking like heads bleeding and shit, and then I'm just like, so they take him upstairs to like first aid, and my dad walks in and is like, "Where's your granddad?" And he's like, "He walked into a lamppost, and now he's upstairs getting a plaster." And they're just like, "What? I was gone for like 2 minutes."
Oh,
So ridiculous.
man, mine was. To be honest, though, we used to go to Blockbuster a lot.
Yeah.
in Holworth.
Well, this was the thing as well. We had a eventually when Sunbury Cross started getting developed,
Yeah.
they put a Blockbuster there. So we ended up going there because it was just a bigger selection.
Yeah.
And that was Blockbuster's fun, man. Sorry,
Yeah.
as you were saying.
No, yeah, well, with Blockbuster, there was also an Apollo video near us. It's a lot smaller. We used to go there.
I remember Apollo.
But that was if like Dad wasn't driving, we'd walk down there.
Yeah.
If Dad was driving, we'd usually go Blockbuster Video. Oh man, I used to love it. It used to be so fucking exciting.
Yeah.
I remember like one of my earliest memories of like renting a video is my dad coming home from work, and he had a Blockbuster video. I saw it under his jacket, and I was just like, "You've got a video!"
What black market Blockbuster did he go to?
But he was trying to hide it from us. But I saw the white case,
Hmm.
Blockbuster, and he had it under his jacket. And I was like, "Oh, you went to Blockbuster Video? What have you got?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing. It's for me and Mum. It's for me and Mum." And I was like, "What?" I got really upset. What? What do you mean for you and Mum?
Filthy vag slags fine.
And then like we like had dinner, and we sat in the living room, and then Dad's like, "Right, should we watch that film now?" Like to Mum. And I'm like, "Oh, please, please." And
like you were missing out.
And I'm like, "What is it? What is it?" And he's like, "Oh, well, you'll see." And they press play, and it's already in the VCR.
Yeah.
Lights are down, the film starts. I remember I'm sat so close to the TV, like cross-legged, kind of like, "What is it?"
It was
What is
exciting though, wasn't
and
it?
like, it opened and like these walls and like a camera going through it, and I'm like, "What is this?" And then it pulls back, and it was like the Batman sign.
Oh,
It was, like,
nice.
the Michael Keaton photo.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
Batman
yeah.
movie, and I would just be losing my shit.
Yeah. Just
But
like
those sort of moments, like that sort of stuff, man, was like so good about
Yeah.
the fucking. If what you wanted wasn't there, you would end up with something else that you just want to rent a video still.
Well,
you would
the
leave
thing-
with something.
The thing that I always remember from like getting videos out was spending the first 10-15 minutes watching the trailers.
Yeah.
Because then that's you deciding what you're going to get next time. You're going to you're going to
yeah.
remind yourself just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, okay, fuck, that looks really, really good. I'm going to get that next time."
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of how it went. But I do remember going to Blockbusters, and it was like my mind being fucking blown because there was like fucking microwave popcorn in there and shit, and like you could eventually, like, obviously when I had I had the N64, you could rent games. That was a big fucking game changer.
Yeah, you could rent
No
games.
pun intended. There was like going to rent games down there for like a weekend and fucking taking it back on Monday, and that was fucking, you were set. Like, it was great. I remember also like getting like, they used to have like loads of like wrestling pay-per-views from like the 90s, like early 90s and shit. I used to love that fucking stuff. So I would always get like the WrestleManias and the Survivor Series and shit.
Man, I remember going to Blockbuster Video, and Matrix had just come out to rent.
Nice.
And I'd seen it in the cinema, and my parents and brothers hadn't. And I was like, "You gotta get Matrix. It's out. Can we go get it?" And there's like, it won't be any left.
Nah.
We got there, and there was none left. There was a whole wall of it, and they were all gone. And I was just like, "Fuck." I was like, let's choose something else. And I went walking. I was really upset.
Yeah.
And he went walking around, and I kind of just hung out by the Matrix section. I remember I saw a worker coming over, and she just picked up one of the videos and put the Blockbuster rental case behind it.
Yeah.
And put it back, and I was like,
It's there.
she just put one back.
Yeah.
And I looked, mate, and there was like fat people like charging to get it. And I was
Yeah.
right there, and I just grabbed it and like ran to my dad. He was just like, "They got the Matrix."
We're in the
going
Matrix,
home,
Dad.
watching it, just being like, "Yes!"
Yeah.
And like just being so fucking happy.
Yeah.
Like those sort of cool, and just be like those sort of moments of just like it happened.
I remember getting like The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off all from like Blockbuster.
Wow.
Like in the space of like fucking like months apart.
Yeah.
That was all great. They were fucking brilliant. I remember seeing The Rock and it was awesome. Fucking Con Air like blew my mind. Face Off was just like, what the fuck? Like it was what was it? I also distinctly remember in Blockbuster there being like the erotica section.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But it was always like gladiators.
Yeah.
Or, like it was pirates of the fucking sexy Caribbean and shit. Like
Yeah, I remember me, Jason, and Gary, or maybe me and Jason sussed the sexy part of Blockbuster. And you just like walk through it. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
of
it's on the
course.
way over here. Just pretend. Don't stop.
there
just
was
don't
always
stop."
like lover's guide.
Yeah, don't stop. Don't stop. Just look, walk and look, walk and look.
Yeah. What was it? What was the fucking film? It literally just came to my head. Bollocks. It's gone again.
Oh, I thought you remembered it then. It was called Bollocks.
It was just called Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Nah, it was not wrestling. It was that was it. Yeah. So the situation used to be that we'd used to rent videos because like my mum and dad would be having like friends over for a dinner party.
Right.
I obviously wouldn't want to be included
there.
in that in any scenario whatsoever. So it's just like, well, let's just get Joe entertained and get him like 3 films from fucking Blockbusters.
They did it right up to his 30s.
So I had to, until I left home. And then this is even right when Netflix was around. We had to travel for miles to get to a Blockbuster. But we so one time I remembered hearing about it because I somehow managed to get my dad to rent me Wild Things.
Oh, yes,
Like the
good call.
Nev Campbell, fucking
Wow.
Denise Richards and shit. Like I'd heard about it and I was just like, I gotta fucking see this fucking film. Like, because the front cover's all sexy,
Yeah,
and I
the
just like looked
water.
at it and I was just like, oh man, they have to at least kiss.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I hit the jackpot by watching it because it's just this fucking
Yeah,
like
the scene.
weird threesome where like Matt Dillon's all just like, yeah, oh yeah, like, and it was like, fuck, I wasn't expecting to see Kevin Bacon's dick.
Yeah.
That was a weird part for me.
Or for your dad to be like, yes, I'll rent it for you.
Yeah. I was just like, Dad, can we get this?
Didn't
And it was
question
just
it.
like, because it was like, what? It's like a 15 or something like that.
Was it even questioned?
No, not at all. It was just like, well, it was going to keep you quiet. And I was
Yeah.
like, well,
Fucking A.
quiet? Probably not. No.
In that case,
I might break my
the
wrist.
gladiator section.
Yeah, I'm going to try and push my luck.
I remember going there as a kid with my mum, walking to the Tolworth one, because we'd missed the season 2 finale of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And we walked in. You couldn't just go online or fucking go on demand or anything.
No.
Like, so we walked to the Blockbuster in Tolworth from my mum and dad's house, which is about a 40-minute walk maybe.
Yeah.
Like, and we walked down there. I remember it was the same day I filled out an advert in a paper to buy a Nirvana long sleeve top and a pin. When you like filled out the thing in the
Yeah.
paper, put the check in, and you posted it, and 6 weeks later you'd get the Nirvana shirt you've ordered.
Hooray!
It was that. It was the same thing. I did that when we posted it on the way.
But when you're that age, though, you got no fucking patience to be
Oh
waiting,
yeah.
have you?
Well, you never knew. But you never knew what it would
Every
be like
day
now.
you're like coming back and it's like,
It was
oh,
a
it's
big
not there.
day when it arrived.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got into Blockbuster, and no one gives a fuck, so it was there, obviously. I was like, yes, Mum, they've got it. Because it was 2 episodes, it was like a movie. And it felt like I was getting a new Buffy movie and going home and watching it. And it was fucking cool.
That's not the one where she dies, is it?
It's when she stabs Angel through the heart.
Oh, yeah, it's when he goes bad.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't gone bad yet, and it ends with... Oh, no, yeah, when he's gone bad, you're right, yeah. But yeah, going to Blockbuster...
Because he banged her.
I remember just going with my mum to rent it, like a Blockbuster Video.
Yeah.
And being so excited that I was renting Buffy from Blockbuster Video.
Yeah. Do you know
Good
what?
times.
There's a particular episode, and it's a very standout point in the entire fucking thing. It's the episode where Buffy's mum dies. And I remember seeing it on TV, and it felt to me that I'd missed an entire fucking thing. Because all of a sudden, it just cuts to a scene where it's her mum
Yeah.
on the sofa, just fucking dead.
Yeah.
With no explanation
Yeah.
whatsoever.
No, there wasn't.
I thought because it was I thought it was too early on television
yeah,
and they had to cut it.
Right.
I thought because I remember because they used to repeat it. Buffy used to be on and they'd repeat it later
Yeah.
at night. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna have to watch this again because
Yeah.
I feel like I've missed something. And I hadn't.
No.
It
No,
confused the
they-
shit
no,
out of me.
They just threw in a curveball out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was a shocking...
No explanation.
Because the episode that ends with that is a really shitty episode about Spike getting some guy to build him a Buffy sex robot.
I remember that.
Like,
and then
it's-
the next episode is like her pretending to be
No,
this-
what? And then like, the episode was not a good episode. It was really shitty.
Yeah.
And there was like a robot girlfriend. She had to fight at the end. And it was like, that was a shit episode.
Yeah.
But right at the very end, she comes home, opens the door, and she's like, "Mom, I'm home." And then she's just on the sofa dead, and it ended.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like,
Just
out of nowhere. Out of fucking nowhere. Before like
so
internet
fucking
spoilers
weird.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And the next episode was, the aftermath of it.
It's so fucking... And there was no real explanation.
Well, no, she had aneurysm.
That's it.
She recently got over some other illness or such a
Fucking
cancer or
hell.
something. She recently got over something, and they say she just had an aneurysm in her brain, and that's how she died. Which I like. They did that. It's a brave move. I like that shit.
Oh,
She was at
fucking-
Comic Con.
Was she?
Yeah, she was there for science.
Sarah
signing
Michelle
of
Gellar?
photos. No, the mum,
Oh, okay.
Sutherland, isn't she?
The fucking girl that played like Buffy's little sister out of nowhere.
Yeah,
That they decided to not mention until like season.
Well,
whatever.
that was explained though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
She didn't exist before.
she is very popular on the internet.
Is she still?
Yeah, dude. 'Cause she
Michelle
still looks like a fucking
Trachtenberg or something.
15-year-old.
Right, okay.
But she was like super hot.
Apparently, she slept with Robbie Williams. I remember reading
That is
years
strange.
ago. Yeah.
That is very strange.
She was Harriet the Spy, wasn't she? And she was in Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Yeah, and that fucking Euro Trip film.
Yeah, the Euroship film. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
She's on the cover, isn't she? In like a bikini top. or
Probably,
something,
yeah.
yeah. Matt Damon's in that film, isn't he? He sings
so,
that song.
It's so weird.
So fucking
fucking
weird.
Vinnie Jones is in it as a
Yeah,
fucking football
that's
hooligan.
fucking weird. But yeah, in the age of video stores becoming a thing of the past, it is.
I mean, it was
It's
inevitable, wasn't
yeah,
it?
of course it was. Now that's what I mean. Now streaming, it's like
It was a dead format.
yeah, and now
You look at like everything, man. Like no one buys CDs anymore.
no, that's it exactly. Like now with video stores, like because they're disappearing. It's like I don't know. It's hard to articulate what I'm trying to say. I'm basically kind of saying how it's such a gradual change
Yeah.
to because it kind of went to DVDs first. You were just
They were
buy
lucky enough for like
DVDs.
DVDs to be a crossover that they could still fucking
don't
do it.
really remember as a kid or when DVDs came out. I don't really remember renting DVDs as much as I do videos.
Not as much, no.
I don't really recall it as much. I can't
No.
remember just kind of having the DVD. Like
Yeah, it was very. It was. I think people sort of stopped renting and just started buying them.
bearing in
like-
mind, like, yeah, because people bought DVD players, and not all video stores were ready for the change.
No.
And at first, when DVD players first came out, there weren't that many DVDs to buy.
Yeah.
like there weren't. Every film wasn't done yet. They were still deciding whether they were going to go with like Laserdisc or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The Laserdisc or HD or Blu-ray. They were still deciding which way they were going to go. So they were seeing what was more popular. So not everyone had committed to that format yet. So there weren't
No.
that many DVDs.
It was. Yeah, it was. I
And
remember
then
like.
all of a sudden, boom.
I remember like the first DVD I ever watched was that fucking one about. It had like Keanu Reeves in it as this like fucking stalker, like serial killer.
The Watcher.
Yeah, I think it was where he like
The
he'll
guy
send.
from Stargate's in it.
Yeah, mate. That's an alright film.
I
That's
remember-
an alright film,
all
dude.
All I remember about that film is someone on fire running off out of a building window at the
Yeah.
end or something.
Yeah, it's very odd. But he has to he gets sent a photo and he has to fucking figure out where the photo is, and it sort of links them to the next victim. He has to get there in a certain amount of time. It's one of those films that I put up there with like Along Came a Spider. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Where it's just like the only reason
That's the car crash.
the only reason I saw Along Came a Spider was because we were on a school trip in where were we? It was like the skiing trip that I went on in like fucking Nevada, and there was 2 choices of films that you could see, and it was either Meet Joe Dirt or Along Came a Spider. And all of my friends, like we were the eldest ones there. We were 16, so we were able to go and see it with like the fucking cool teacher, and like go and watch it. There was only like 4 of us in there. Everyone else had to go and watch Meet Joe Dirt, and we were just like wankers. But it was like surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Like it was
okay.
really good.
I don't know. I think I saw it on video, to be honest with you. But I do remember. I remember first DVD.
It's the girl in it. The girl in it is the wife of Nicolas Cage and Con Air.
Wow. Okay. Deep.
Yeah.
I remember the first DVD
Connections.
I watched was the first DVD we had, I think, because we used to have a DVD player on the computer only,
Yes.
like the PC. And we had a really cool, it was quite a big, cool screen we had for it.
Do you remember when like CDs used to come with like an MP4 of like the music
Yeah,
video?
yeah,
I had like
yeah.
Limp
That
Bizkit
was
break
cool.
stuff on there. Used to put that in the fucking disc drive and watch it.
The enhanced CDs.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first DVD we had, but when I saw was, I think it was Tomorrow Never Dies, James Bond. Yeah, Jason got it.
Oh, yeah.
Jason got it for his birthday, and it was the first DVD we ever had, and we watched it on the laptop, on the PC. I remember being like, wow, DVD, cool. And then the first one I got, this was the second DVD we got, which I asked for my birthday or Christmas, was From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
It's a special edition version. So that was the next one we got. And then I remember at one point having like 4 or 5 DVDs, and that being like a big collection when other people, when you were taught to other people.
I remember being shocked by the gore in Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, 'cause it's fucking great.
It's fucking crazy, man. I remember like watching it and just like that dude's playing a torso guitar. That's weird. Like all of a sudden there's just like decapitated bodies everywhere and shit, and it was just like, but it's so many good characters and fucking shit in it as well.
Yeah, I remember renting it. We actually rented it, funny enough, from like a Martin's news agent. That was like down the road. They started doing video rental.
Yeah.
And I went down there with my friend Matt. And someone had told me it was a vampire film.
Yeah.
So I asked my mum my mum had seen it. Someone told her. I basically had to ask my mum to rent it. She came down with us. We rented it. It was an 18. Went back. Me and Matt were just me and him in the house. I think Jason was there. And we watched it. And I think like halfway through, we were just like, is this a vampire film? Are there vampires in it? Have we got the wrong... We loved it. We were like, it's cool. This is a really cool film.
The build-up's
But
a
is
lot.
it a
Like,
vampire?
the first like
Yeah.
45 minutes is there's no action whatsoever.
And then when vampires happened, it was like, fuck.
yeah, comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was awesome. Oh yeah, that was a great memory.
My the
video stores.
first proper like video store experience that we had was I distinctly remember was being at my nan and granddad's down in Clacton. Like a little bit down the road from them was like a really like, you know, a independent video store, and you sort of went in and it was like I remember like getting like when I was younger, I used to get the little green man on fucking video, and then like as I got a bit older, like I managed to like sneak in like Gremlins 2 and stuff, and like my nan made me turn it off, and like the Gremlin was being put in the paper shredder and stuff. Like
That's so far in the film.
I
as
know,
well.
yeah. Like she was just like, nope, turn it off. That's disgusting. And even I remember when my nan and granddad used to come and like look after me, and I was like, because my fucking sister was old enough to like do what she wanted, and my parents were like off, and they'd got them. My mum and dad had got my mum's mum and dad like Interview with the Vampire to watch,
Nice.
and so what they didn't realize I'd seen it the night before, but then I managed to walk in the room right when Tom Cruise is like biting on that woman's tit, and my nan's like fucking, she's proper Irish. She was just like, "Would you get out of here? This is not like this." Would you get out the room? This is not appropriate for you. Like, so like it was, but like yeah, it's a weird thing, man. It is like it.
I remember watching that film and being in the room with my parents on that in the scene
Yeah.
when I've brought up on it before, where the werewolf fucks the girl on the tombstone. I was sat with my mum and dad watching that film.
Yeah, dude. What's the
Traumatised me, that
what's
scene.
the most embarrassing like sex scene or nude scene that you've had to watch with your parents?
That one, the werewolf.
Really?
That's rampant.
Nah, mate, I'm
Like she's
telling
bent
you.
over the tombstone, and he's just like,
I really don't remember that in.
Mate, it's graphic.
Wait, in Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah,
I
it's
really
graphic.
don't remember that. I'm gonna have to fucking.
Or am I
Google that.
thinking of Bram Stoker's Dracula? I'm thinking of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Sorry.
I don't want to just go on Google
Sorry.
and type in werewolf fucking
Sorry,
woman.
no, I'm thinking of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Okay. So that's the worst one because I'm thinking for me, I think it might actually be the drawing scene in Titanic
Oh, that's pretty.
because that is lengthy.
I never watched that with my parents.
That is
I saw that
lengthy.
in the cinema.
That is awkwardly long.
Yeah,
Either that or like Ben Stiller jerking off and like something about Mary.
yeah, I watched that on the coach with all my teachers.
Sick.
I'm trying to find werewolf sex,
Clear your fucking history, mate.
Dracula. I think. Dracula. I swear I've looked this up.
I don't think I'm gonna find that on YouTube.
There we go.
Werewolf sex scene.
I think that's it. Oh my god. The werewolf looks so shit. Oh,
Wild wolf sex scene.
like,
Damn.
there's a picture right there. He's like on top of her and he's like proper going for it.
Oh, she is having that, isn't she?
Yeah.
Why is he dressed like Sigourney
Like, he
Weaver in
looks like,
Ghostbusters?
He looks like one of the werewolves from fucking
Are you the
Buffy.
Keymaster?
He looks like one of the werewolves from Buffy.
Yeah.
Like he really fucking does. But yeah, that was a tough scene. I've got again.
Just in my, I simply typed into Google werewolf sex scene. 4 ones down. Forced sex scenes from regular movies. Werewolf special.
Jesus Christ. Jack Nicholson wolf, does he have sex in that? Possibly.
So many
No,
chunks.
I think there
so
have
many
been- I
chunks
think-
of phlegm just came up.
Lovely. I think there were other sex scenes that you've been embarrassed to watch in front of your parents as a kid, with films like that. But
I remember,
definitely that one stands out.
you know, in Waterworld when she strips off to like
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
like entice him. That kind of made me awkward.
Yeah.
I think after that I kind of just stopped watching films with my parents.
Yeah. So you see, sometimes, if my mum and dad weren't sure, they would watch it before we watched it with them.
Yeah.
I think they did it at Terminator 2, and they were like, yeah, well, the thing is, I'm going to say this. We had a VCR that had double deck, so you could record and watch a film.
I'm just going to loudly play werewolf sex scenes in the background.
So I could record and watch a film. So we used to like basically pirate the blockbuster videos we rented. I remember we had it for Terminator 2 and it was amazing. You used to watch it all. Then they started fucking up the sound when you copied it.
Of course.
But we used to watch Terminator 2 all the fucking time, man.
Yeah.
It was so fucking cool.
I do also like remember like
Like, part of the
usually
problem, it closed
it was always me and my dad that would go to the Blockbuster and he'd just be like, all right, well I've got what me and your mum want to watch and you get what
From
you
the
want to watch.
Gladiator
Yeah.
section.
So like there was always just and then like I'd always want to like watch them like fucking afterwards, just be like
Watch them
just
fucking
no
afterwards.
watch the movies afterwards. I just like oh, okay, so you're gonna watch well, I'm gonna watch that fucking later. I'm gonna watch it later than you are. Man, this girl is oh shit, he just fucking okay, that's too graphic. That's fucked.
What was happening? Joe was watching werewolf porn just then.
Yeah. Like, guys just like ran into a room and his girlfriend's getting done by a werewolf, and then the werewolf just literally rips her throat open.
Wow.
That's too much.
Wow.
That's some Serbian film
That is
shit.
Serbian film shit. Fuck.
We've been talking for ages.
Yeah, we have an hour and 13 minutes.
13.
Yeah.
Oh, that's less than I thought.
No, we haven't. There's no real. Actually,
We haven't
again,
even started.
I actually had stuff planned for this episode.
Yeah,
to
I
talk about.
had an article.
Like, we had stuff to talk about in this episode. But you know what? It was
It's
one of
been
those
good.
awesome moments where we just kind of forget we're doing a podcast.
Just
And we
a nice nostalgic.
Yeah, and we just have a little catch. We've not really hung out for like 2 or 3 weeks, so we're just having
been
a
a while,
catch
hasn't
up,
it?
really, and just reminiscing about video stores.
It's good to see you, man.
And you were here. It's good to see you too.
Excellent.
And you were here. And now this is to wrap up the video store conversation. We've got to DVD, then you get to Blu-ray, and now it's just streaming everywhere.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's everywhere. So touch your fingertips.
you know
anything
what?
All the time.
You know what? The cleverest thing that Blockbusters could have done is started a streaming service.
There's a thing on YouTube, and they do like weird, funny remixes of trailers.
yeah.
It's weird. Like they're weird. I fucking used to hate them. I saw one for Infinity War, and I was like, "This is fucking horrible. What is this?" And then I watched it again a few weeks later because I was like, "This is weird. I don't get it." Watched it a few weeks later and was like, "This is weird. It's fucking hilarious. It's so fucking funny." And they did a Captain Marvel one, 'Cause, you know, the Captain Marvel trailer
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
And that trailer opens. Have you seen the Captain Marvel trailer?
No. Oh yes, I did.
The trailer opens with her like falling through the roof of a Blockbuster Video.
Yes.
And in the weird trailer, when she crashes through it after she bounces on the roof load, she falls through it, and they've changed the sign so it says Blockbuster Video, and next to it, we refuse to buy Netflix. But written like as if it's part of the sign. Can you believe that? Like, and it's like that sums it up. But that kind of what I was going to wrap up with, like. Now with streaming and like entertainment and touch your fingertips online, it's kind of also like, you know, it's all led to us doing this.
Yeah. No,
Like-
you're absolutely
like,
right.
You know, now there's like libraries of podcasts out there as well. Like that you
No one would have ever rented a podcast.
Well, no, you don't have to. They're all fucking free. Well, most of them are free. But
It's like back in the
Artists.
day, like you look at like Derek and Clive. They used to literally release vinyls, and it was just them talking.
yeah,
Like it was, you know, and people fucking like
That's one of my
stand up used to be released on vinyl. Richard Pryor used
That-
to put out his stand ups on vinyl.
when you said
Like,
about who did you say first? Sorry, Derek
and Clive. Yeah.
One of my favourite reviews of us on iTunes, which I think,
Oh, yeah,
from
man.
George Grimwood, is when he's just like he says something like the delight for that gives you that the Sunday evening feel of like fucking the two Ronnies,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
with the naughtiness of Derek and Clive, and I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, that's like the best fucking review ever.
Did we ever find out who wrote that?
I think it was George Grimwood.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure it was George Grimwood.
That's-
And
I
it
mean-
sounds like a review would do, man.
Yeah,
He's-
no,
he's
that
fucking-
is he makes the reference.
He knows his entertainment, like my favorite fucking reviews.
Shout out George Grimwood.
Yeah, shout out. He's having
Shout
a
out
great time
Podnose.
in LA right now. But yeah, so like now it's just all at the touch of our fingertips. Not even just
Yeah.
on a laptop anymore. It's fucking
I
everywhere.
think, you know, we're all spoiled for choice now, aren't we?
yeah,
Like,
it's hard. I struggle to choose things to watch.
even I go on, like, you know, that website, like Daily Motion.
Yeah.
That's fucking perfect. I watched like 3 seasons of The Osbournes on there.
I was gonna say
You watched
towards
The
the
Osbourne
end.
again recently.
I now listened to the podcast. It was quite good. But saying about like choosing things to watch and streaming, I was off sick a couple of days last week, and one day I finished work early because I just felt really shit. Went home.
Yeah.
I was lying on the sofa, kind of dozing and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, I want to watch something." I finished Daredevil the night before, and I really fucking loved season 3 of Daredevil. And when it finished, I was like, "Oh, I don't really want to watch now. Fuck, I don't." And then I was like, "Right." I was off sick, and I was like, "Fuck, Lizzie's not here. I might do like I did last time when I watched It and Hereditary."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Lizzie's not home. I'm at home. I can watch something horror." I went on Netflix, and I was like, there is that Haunting of House Hill show."
yeah.
We were talking about it.
I heard loads of people fucking talking about it.
My sister-in-law kept telling me she watched like 8 episodes in a day, and how amazing it was. And I was like, okay. So I watched it, and I watched like the first like 3 episodes. I was just like, okay, lying on the sofa. It was quite easy watching lying on the sofa. And I was a bit like, it's a bit slow. It's a bit, yeah, okay, maybe. And it's like the family in the house when they're kids with their parents, and something's happened, and it cuts to like them now, kind of dealing with the aftermath of it and how shit their lives are and like, what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
But it's all still like linked to what happened in this house, and it gives you bits as it goes. It wasn't until episode 4 where I was like, oh, that was cool. And it wasn't, because it wasn't just so much a ghost. It had like a, spoilers, so, but there's a character in it, a ghost character.
Isn't that the first episode just called like Steve Sees a Ghost?
Maybe. I didn't see the names of them. But there's like a character in it, a ghost character that's like this really, it's a really tall old man. He's really fucking long. And like almost
Like a sort of Slender Man
like
sort
Jack
of shit?
Skellington-esque.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Quite Slender Man, but like a long coat, like a trench coat. And he's like, his feet perfect, like the gentleman in Hush and Buffy. Their feet just perfectly hover above the ground.
That is one of the fucking most terrifying
Such a good fight.
episodes.
Such a
It's so
episode.
good.
It's so good.
The whole concept of
Yeah.
like it steals their
The
voices
voice
and
can't
shit.
scream.
Amazing.
Cut the hearts. That's so cool. And it floats, but his walking stick touches the floor, and the kid looks at his bedroom and sees him in the hallway. And I remember being like, oh.
Yeah.
And from then, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I kind of enjoyed the next few episodes. The last episode I didn't think was that good.
Nah.
But it was a good watch, and there were some freaky moments in it. But what I did afterwards is I found that video on YouTube where it shows you all the ghosts in the background.
Oh,
Basically,
interesting.
you don't even notice. But throughout the whole, no one asked for you, Siri, but throughout every episode, there are ghosts hidden in the background.
did they?
There's ghosts hidden in the background.
Right.
And I watched a video on YouTube, like points them all out, and I'm like, "Fuck, it was right." And there were a couple I did see.
That's
There
like
were-
the old. That's the olden days of what is it? 3 Men and a Little Baby.
Yeah.
When everyone's like, "There's ghosts in the background." It's like, yeah, well, these ghosts are probably supposed to be
Yeah.
there.
No, there was you watch it back and you're like, there were a couple I did spot because there's like doorways and I'd see someone there that wasn't there the next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was alright. It's worth watching. It is worth giving a watch, I'd say. I found it right to watch.
I definitely will check it out. But I think it's.
I watched all the episodes over 2 days. I watched 5 the one day I was sick, 5 the next day I was sick.
Nice.
And I enjoyed watching them.
Yeah.
Like I think it was quite a good watch.
Oh, sweet.
But it just wasn't as people were like saying they were passing out from fear. It's not that.
Nah.
There was one moment that made me jump. One moment that did make me jump. And I was like, well done, because I don't really jump in films. Like, we said it before, horror movies aren't that scary anymore.
we've watched enough to kind of sort of like, and the thing is, they're so like, most of them are so cliche now that you kind of know when there's a jump coming.
Yeah, like, I don't jump in films, but there was one. It was like episode 9 or 10, but there was a bit in it that did make me jump, and I was like, well played. There is a very good episode 6, which is just long fucking shot, like fucking 20-minute shots all one take. That's really impressive.
That's very cool.
But I'd say that kind of brings us near the end, right? It's like an hour, like
Yeah, I don't even think we need to do a fucking agony
no,
aunt.
I didn't know what you were looking at just then. I was like, what's he
I
looking
was
at?
typing in 3 Men and a Baby Ghost into YouTube because I can't remember.
Someone
I
talked
always
about it
forget
recently
what
at
the.
podcast. Wasn't it like a cardboard cutout of Ted Danson or something?
I think so. Yeah, it's. I couldn't ever remember what the
I
scene
heard
was,
someone
but I'm
else
having
talk
a look
about that
now.
recently. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, I would recommend watching it. It's pretty good. I was listening to the last podcast and they've mentioned it a few times, saying how much they like it.
Oh, awesome! I'll check it out.
So we won't do James said, we won't do an agony aunt because we're quite far in now.
Unnecessary.
That was a really off the cuff episode there. People.
was.
I hope that was actually good for listening.
I think
because
you know what that was. It just there was no agenda. It
in
was
an
just
in an age where content is king, we didn't bring much content to this. We just fucking did what the fuck we wanted to do.
and you know
took
what?
you
At the
along
end of
for
the
ride.
day, that's what we do, and
that
that's
is
what
what
we
we
enjoy.
do.
We're gonna do what the fuck we want.
That's what we've always done. So I hope
Fuck
I hope
everyone
you made
else.
it to the end of this episode. We enjoyed that little fucking walk kind of down memory lane.
People enjoy this because it's nostalgic as fuck.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
I tell
It's
you
just
what,
fucking catching up.
go on our Facebook page and tell us about your video shop experiences.
Oh yeah. Tell us some video shop experience or fucking the name of your local and where your video store was. I love
Yeah.
that shit. Right, I have been Greg, rented the Matrix Armstrong.
And I've been Joe. You can find me in the erotica section,
Oh, Gladiator.
Peace.
Sexy.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.